Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, we're going to be waiting for a few more guys. Give me a moment. We are going to be checking Bitcoin, Ethereum, basically all pairs. And give me a second, guys. I'm posting this on Twitter. So if anyone wishes to join, they can. Okay. So we're just going to wait one more minute. Okay, CFT. Let me send the link to the Telegram also. Okay, perfect, guys. Next week we're going to be changing the schedule of the streams. Okay. Why? Because majority of the people that follow me in general are often up in the opposite schedule. So yeah. So just give me a second. Let me see if you can hear me, guys. Okay. If you can hear me, please put a message on the chat. Okay, and just confirm me that you can hear me. Okay. Okay, yeah, you should be able to hear me, guys. So yeah, let's start. So first of all, as you remember, basically, last week I was framing this reversal at the monthly CE. I mean, these have been basically for me the main point of interest that I've been watching for Bitcoin to form the yearly wick. Okay, perfect, man. And just for example, like last year, okay. As you can see, for example, if we take this fractal, we basically have like a really similar formation. The only difference between this one and this one is that here, for example, we already took the external rangeability in the form of the swing, and that we're closing below previous month low. So what I'm expecting in the coming weeks or days is that Bitcoin trade below previous monthly opening to create some type of wick. Sorry, give me a moment. Some type of wick and still hold. Okay, this is important. And still hold the monthly CEO. Okay, I'm expecting Bitcoin to put here the monthly wick. Now, personally, I'm already in a trade, as you know, from CFT account. I entered to this trade with 2% of my CFT portfolio. Basically, I put my stop loss here at the swing low of the fair value gap. That's how I play swings. And I was up already 2%. Sadly, Bitcoin decided to reverse the full upside, the impulse. So right now, what do we have? We have a horrible daily candle here and here. We are likely going to continue trading below previous day low, and until we can create some, for example, daily swing like this one, for example here, into a high time frame array. I mean, for example here, previous day high into high time frame array, which was basically this one, range highs, or here, for example, range lows, previous day low into high time frame array. I mean, all the swings, all the daily bottoms are often formed in this way. Okay, so I want to see something like this, or personally, I'm not going to be looking for longs. I was waiting for this candle to close as a fair value gap and just continue adding to my position. I mean, I added 2% for the challenge account, and the idea was basically finish in this trade all the challenge, entering with 1% more, for example, on the fair value gap. Once we form it, for example, like stop loss here, and take profit here, 1% more, and basically finish the challenge with this, because we are right now, I think, up 2%, or yeah, 2 or 3% still. But what happened? Bitcoin didn't give me the fair value gap, so I want to be careful here. I want to be patient. Why? Because fair value gaps are a way to show you that there are players from the buy side. For example, here there are people from the buy side overwhelming the sell side. These guys are taking more strength, they generate these imbalances, and when the fair value gap close like this, it means that they have conviction in the direction. They are holding the longs, they are holding their trades. Here, sadly, we did not form the fair value gap, so thankfully I didn't add it. I mean, all the trades that I've been taking, I've shared them up front, and yeah, I mean, at least the ones for the specifically for the CFT account, I mean, everything, it's been like track record. So right now, what we have this daily OB that took this high time frame liquidity, but the reality is that we need more context, okay? And the context often comes for me from the monthly and weekly gaps. What do we have on the monthly? We have a horrible previous month close. We have this untapped liquidity. We are trading below monthly opening, and the only good thing is that we are still on the gap above CE, so maybe we could get a bounce. Where I would say, okay, if we get a bounce, it's going to be on the 50% of the CE. It would be here or here. We would need to shift the structure above this level, and then maybe if we are trading now above monthly opening, if we are creating some swing, for example, like here, or like here, or here, or here, or here, for example, or here, then I'm going to be framing longs the next days. Again, for this specific account, I'm not taking intraday trades, I'm not taking scalps. Why? Because it's harder for you to follow. And personally, if anybody is copy trading me, you should be in green. I mean, we haven't taken any loss yet, and all trades have been shared up front with all the plans, with all the reasoning. I mean, this is a really important stream, because basically here we are covering what you can expect next, okay? So there are two things that can happen right now, okay? Either we form here a reversal, and I'm going to be looking for a structure shift here on the H4. If I take the position, I'm going to update. For example, something like this, you see, previous month low into monthly CE. This is something I'm interested in taking, okay? My confirmation would be, for example, maybe, for example, a shift in structure. Once I get my shift, I'm just going to put my limit, stop loss at the lows, and let ride my swing, okay? I'm going to enter likely with 2 or 3% and target the hikes, okay? So this, for example, would be one of the type of trades that I would be taking. For example, targeting, let's say here, okay? If you are entering to this trade with 2.5%, you basically can finish a challenge account if you are already in profit. And basically, that's what I'm looking for right now. I want to take a big swing here. I need the H4 confirmation, so I'm just going to be patient. We have confluence of statistics, for example. The average range points for the year is basically here. This basically is showing you that the yearly bottom should be put within all this zone, okay? And the yearly high should be put around these levels, okay? Maybe a bit higher. I think I changed some of the configurations, but anyway. Okay, this is the one for, okay, daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, let's see. Today we opened a new month. So this is basically showing us that based, for example, on previous data, the monthly low should be set here, and the monthly high should be set here. This makes perfect sense for the framework that I'm having right now. Right now I have my stop loss break even is around this zone, but I think that what I'm going to do is put one more limit here, close 1% here, and then continue the other 1% with my stops, and try to get like a bit more fill here at the very low. It's basically like previous model, okay? I mean, the plan is really simple, guys, really simple. Now, if for some reason price can close above this one, I mean, at the end we are also on this H4, we are also on discount. I mean, try to keep some perspective of all the possible scenarios. At the end, I'm going to share you what I'm going to do, which is basically this. I mean, I always follow my plans. Like, I really always follow my plans. If I say I'm going to take this change instead of delivering, it's because I'm going to take it. So you can trust my word in that. If it's a stop loss, then it's a stop loss. I mean, I don't have a problem taking a stop. And we have the context that we are at 50% of the C here. So I would be looking, for example, for this trade. Maybe not a lot of size, maybe like half of the usual size that I would use. But yeah, I mean, basically, for me, this makes sense. Okay, sorry. This makes sense that we can get this bounce if we get the structural confirmation. At the end, we are using a weekly level with H4. So yeah, that's basically like the plan on low frame. The other plan is, if we don't get this shift, sorry, okay, give me a moment, guys, sorry. If I get this shift, that's a trade. Now, if for some reason, okay, sorry, apologies, if for some reason I don't get it, this is the trade, okay? Really simple. Now, where is my stop loss for the second one? Is at the week of the monthly gap, which is, I believe, around this area. Let me check. Basically here, this would be my stop loss, this would be my entry. Okay, let me turn off this so we can have like a clean chart. Sorry, guys. Yeah, entry, stop loss, and actually I'm going to, just to make sure, I'm going to set a limit right now on my CFT account in this specific low for 1.5%. Rest of my position is break even, and I'm going to add 1% on the shifting structure on the H4, okay? Just to make sure you understand and it's clear. Now let me check YouTube to see if there's any comment. Okay, you can hear me. Let me check, guys. And I'm going to add 1% on the shifting. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you should be able to hear me, guys. So we're going to be in a stream for like 5-10 more minutes. If you have any question, let me know. I mean, I know it's a bit late. I know a lot of people just prefer to watch the recording, because again, my plans are often for swings, so, or intraday. You don't have any problem. Sorry, give me a second. So yeah, you shouldn't have any problem to be able to follow all the plans. I mean, if you are not here like live, you still have plenty of time to join. And yeah, I mean, this is basically all, guys. I'm going to cover maybe some altcoins. We're going to check, for example, ADA, like Cardano. I mean, this was like a really crazy pair a few days ago. One of the few that is trading above monthly opening, but it have a really small week. There is no low time frame entry. Maybe, for example, here, like fair value gap, daily swing, but to me this is not like like an organic price action. So personally, I'm not going to take anything here on this pair. And let's see, I'm curious. Bana is one of the coins that I was watching before. It already retraced, sadly. I mean, this was basically the position that I got on Bana. I mean, I have my stop loss actually here. Yeah, I mean, the market have been really slow, guys. There isn't many things to trade. related to crypto and altcoins with Ethereum. I mean, you can see we are generating like this SMT divergence with Bitcoin. So maybe we could frame something. The thing is that Ethereum, I would prefer to see this on Bitcoin and Ethereum showing relative strength. Why? Because Bitcoin is a leading asset. So yeah, just be a bit careful. But again, if I get the H4 shift in structure, I'm going to enter. Or the H1, I mean, it's the same. It's literally on the same place. This is what I'm looking to trade, okay? This is the trade. And then the limit that I have here. Just so you know the plans, okay? Now, give me a moment, guys. I'm going to check the comments to see if there's anything. Check Solana. Yeah, sure, man. I can check Solana. Sorry for that I haven't announced the streams with time these 2 weeks, guys. To be honest, I've been a bit busy working on some stuff, material that I want to post also for YouTube. But yeah, let's see. Okay, I always like to start in the monthly. I mean, personally, to be honest, I've been bearish on Solana for quite a while. Why? Because we took the external here. We took previous small low into this high time frame array. You can see here, previous small low, toward previous small high, previous small high. We close it like this, and we already shifted the change instead of the area or a structure, if you want to consider it. And so yeah, I mean, I don't think this coin is going to move soon. Maybe we could get a bounce if we can take like all this liquidity. I don't know if this is like at some deep discount of the OTE. Yeah, this should be around discount. Yeah. But in general, it's not a coin that I want to trade. I mean, what type of conditions do we have? That's another important question. I can see like this range. So on this deviation of the range lows at OTE, maybe I would be interested, but I would like to see this deviation on Solana to enter to a trade, okay? Without this deviation, personally, I can see a reason of why I should trade this asset, because I don't want to short an asset that react with news. I mean, this type of coins, for example, if Donald Trump launch a meme coin again in Solana, that's going to attract volume to Solana. It's going to increase Solana price, but that's not something organic, okay? That's not something you can predict. Personally, I like to trade with things that I can predict, with things that I know I can measure. You can't measure news. You can't know when news are going to happen. So if you don't know it, just simply avoid those type of coins. I mean, unless you're looking for some like adventure, maybe something crazy. So yeah, this is what I would look for along on Solana. Give me a second. Let me check. Let me check if there's any other comment like related to trading or something you would like, guys. Okay, give me a moment. No, I think that's like really that clean majority of the doubts. Yeah, I mean, we can check, for example, Ethereum. Like I mentioned, we have the S&P divergence. We also took the equal lows. Which ones? These ones. You can see all these equal lows. We're already rated. SMT variance at key level. What type of conditions we have? To be honest, at this point, this seems like a really clean range formation. You can see here. So yeah, I'm just looking to play now the reversal. I have plenty of confluences, but in general, the main things I'm creating, like my theory, is projections and statistics, okay, and also a range deviation play. Of course, this seems more like a rejection, but I mean, these assets are extremely volatile. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to short Bitcoin here personally. Why? Because I'm expecting a bounce around all this zone. Monthly wicks being built here, for example, here. I mean, you see how deep we went, for example, here. This was like a really big really deep into the verbal gap, but always closing above the CE. So it wouldn't be crazy to keep closing above the CE, but seeing maybe something like this, you know. So I just want to be prepared for this scenario. Please, guys, I mean, yeah, just stay rational. And let's finish with, for example, Nasdaq and ES. Okay, I think these are important assets to check because these are correlated to Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm personally still bearish on Nasdaq and ES. I framed this last week. I mentioned it. If we can inverse this daily gap, I'm going to be looking for longs. We never inverse the gap. We had a range here, basically like this Nazi range. Sorry. We had this Nazi range. We took these range lows. I mean, we created sorry here, and we created like a divergence with ES. You can see divergence, but personally, although I see some strength, for me a strength is a change in the state of delivery, like a bearish array not working. But if I see something like this, I don't want to be looking, guys, for long. Okay, I don't want to short indices here, at least on higher time frames. So my bias is just going to be continue looking for bearish point of interest. Okay, for example, this H4 gap. Okay, at New York. I mean, we will have to check what London did. But yeah, my bias in general for this pair is bearish. I'm still waiting. I think we could get, for example, something like this. Okay, here, this verbal gap. This is basically what I'm looking for, like a really big deviation of this range into this internal range liquidity to take against external. Remember, we have SMT on the highs, so we can consider that this is a strong top. Okay, we are already close at the month. This is nasty. This is really nasty, guys. But yeah, I mean, we also can frame that we took previous month low, or for example previous week low, and we can get maybe some small bounce. But in general, the flow from my perspective is bearish. Until we can inverse some array, then I'm going to look for longs. But in the meantime, no, I'm just being patient for this point of interest. We also have the confluences of statistics here, like the yearly bottom based on 26 years of data should be put in within this zone. I know it's a big zone, but we can refine this, of course, with price action. For example, what we have here, range deviation into the monthly level, and then the big expansion. Okay, this is basically what I'm expecting on equities. This could influence Bitcoin a lot, so again, be patient, guys. I mean, try to, not enter with too much size unless you have confirmations. Why? Because I mean, if the price is going up, you're going to have a lot of confirmations. You're going to have classic buy profiles, which are the easiest profiles to buy or sell. Why? Because basically you only have to be looking, for example, when you have a bias like here, something like this, previous day low into high time frame array, when this day close like this and we form a low time frame reversal, when in this week I can see a structure shift on the H1, then my target is range hikes. Okay, as simple as that. I try to keep my trading very simple. Monthly internal to external. Now, all these days are classic buy profiles. You literally have to look for H4 point of interest, H1 point of interest towards this zone. Okay, here you can expect pullbacks, for example, like this one that we had, but bullish pullbacks. You want to buy these weeks on low time frame. You want to be looking for example an H4 array, or maybe this daily OV, I don't know, but you want to be looking for longs. Why? Because we have to meet the drone quit. Price is constantly moving from high time frame point of interest to high time frame point of interest. Okay, guys, I think it's really clear. And let me check. I don't know if there's any question. Yeah, I think everything is really clear, guys. So I'm going to say goodbye in 3 minutes. Okay, just to finish the 30 minutes. But in general, I think majority of the updates doesn't need more than 20. I try to explain everything as well as I can. So yeah, guys, this is basically all for the stream. I'm just going to check now X. Let's see if there is maybe something interesting here. Intercept, sorry. I was really excited to share this post because I posted this one. We were trading like at the very lows, like really at the lows. Here you can see, it was on this drop, and I was waiting for $81,000, which was basically here my giga field. And what happened? That Bitcoin pumped. I was like 6% up on my futures overall portfolio. Like my network 5% up, 6%, but I didn't do profits. And it's fine. I mean, it happened. I had a lot of conviction. I still have a lot of conviction, guys. I'm simply break even here, waiting to add here, stop break even here, adding here. Okay, just to get like a tiger stop loss. And yeah, so this would be again all for the stream, guys. Everything is well recorded, so we'll see you later on the next one, and we're going to say goodbye in 1 minute. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for watching the recording. On the next stream, I'm going to be opening the CFT account here, like on video, so you can see all the trades. I mean, I already showed like all the information on Telegram, for example, but I'm going to do like a proper, for example, if you want to see like the trades and all that, and yeah, I mean, just like the history. I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah. So yeah, Ethereum surprisingly is showing relative strength. Maybe we can get a bounce. I don't know, for New York. I would have to check this. Previous day low into array. The first sign of strength is basically like this H1 inversion, and then we can look for maybe scalps. Okay, I would wait for like the full inversion. Why? Because it's a weak asset in general, Ethereum. The second one is this one. Okay, on this break of structure, I'm going to be looking for H1 point of interest and longs. Okay, so we gotta be patient, guys. Really patient. Okay, really patient. I'm going to update any trade taken, and thank you for joining, and we'll see you later, guys.